Well, I think we're going for a world record this week. This is I think it's our fourth match from this week's Friday Night 9 ball. And again, we've got another good match. And this is a round 3 match between Dizzle and Larry. I think it's round 3. I've lost track of where we are. Let's have a look. So that was round 1, round 2, round 3. Now, where are we? There we are. 1, 2, oops. If I can control this bracket, we'll get to see where we are. No, we're 1, 2, 3, we're round 4. It's a fourth round match. And Dizzle, who we saw in the last match, beating Albinario by 7 racks to 5, is now up against Larry. Again, a very experienced player. Larry is getting what's he getting? The 6 ball. Well, that's a very generous handicap to Larry. And we are early in the first rack. Dizzle at the table. Now, what's he thinking here? Trying to get that 1 past the 7. No, he's just looking for cover. And he's played it well. Got the pace of the cue ball nice and a 1. And Larry has got like a 2-rail kick on here. Need to come off the bottom rail and then side rail and kick the 1. Well, he's just missed it. It's a good effort. And Dizzle has ball in hand, just leave himself a nice angle on the 1. Get the cue ball up for that 2 into the top right as we look. And just put a bit of spin in the cue ball and it's run away a wee bit. Well, I'm looking for problems and I don't see any. 8 balls in the top rail, but I don't think it's lying on the top rail. Let's have a look. No, it's a good inch or so away from the rail. And Dizzle just leave this a slight angle in the 7 if he can. Now, can he roll through in that? Yeah, I think he can. He can just roll through soft and leave the 8 ball cut along the rail. And again, remember what we keep saying, it's all about leaving nice little angles. Now the angle that Dizzle's got there is perfect. You can just drop off that end rail and out for the 9. So he finishes off the 9 and goes into a 1 rack to 0 lead. And Larry didn't really get a look in that first rack, but he might now, because Dizzle's came up dry and he's also scratched, and Larry's got cue ball in hand and just looking at the table, studying the problem ball, which is a 2 ball, using up his clock time here. So the problem is the 2 balls blocked by the 5, and it's also blocked off by the 8. So this is an immediate problem for Larry if he's going to do anything in this rack. Now that needs to spin in, which it's done, but he's got no shot now. lying right against the 2, and just look to spin away from the 2, just thin it, and maybe try and use the 7 and the 9 ball as cover. That needs to keep running. Well, that's pretty good. He's left Dizzle a sight on the 2, but he's not really left him anything. He could go for a bank, of course, if he's going to be really ambitious. But no, he's just looking to use the 4 as cover, and I think that's worked out pretty well. Let's have a wee look. Well, again, not a problem for Larry just to kick this, but he's just got to kick and hope. Well, that's worked out nice. He's kicked in the 2, but once again though, he was trying to run the cue ball away for safety there, but he's got the same sort of shot again on this 3. Just try and bring that cue ball over by the 5 ball where he is right now. Or is he going to go for a combo bank on the 8 ball? No, he's went for an ambitious cut and he's got it, and that's finished perfect in the 4. That's the sort of luck you need. Now we know that Larry, usually when he's got a sight and a ball, he doesn't mess about. A lot of the time though, it doesn't work in his favour, but on a lot of other occasions he goes for the kill and he gets it. And this is finished a wee bit straight, but he can force the angle with the spin, but he's overhit it. And he's misjudged that entirely. Far too much spin in the cue ball there, and he's tucked himself right behind the 8 ball. And that's a bit far to jump, is it not? I think he's thinking twice about it. And he'll be unhappy with that, because he did have to spin it, but he had far too much action in the cue ball there. Well, again, he's gone for the kick. How's his luck? Well, it's not worked out that great, because he's left Dizzle the shot in the 6. Well, Larry made his chance there. He got that kick shot really to get him in there on the 2 ball. And then he blew his chances with that poor positional shot. Well, this is rack ball here if Dizzle can just run this 7 into the top left. But again, he's playing it at distance, and it's very easy to push these offline. But no problem on this occasion. And he's just got an easy 8 and 9 to follow. And from what we've seen so far tonight, the matches that we've seen, certainly Dizzle has been the most impressive. Try break again. But Larry this time's got a starter. He's got the little cut combo on the 1 and the 3. Now, how does that 8 and 9 look? Well, the 8 goes, provided you get the right side of it. Now Larry's just going to send a cue ball off the left rail and back across to the upper side of this 4. right about there, that looks good. And just stop the cue ball, or maybe even drop back a foot or so. Now he's got a chance right now where he could actually run into this 8-9, but he doesn't want to do that because he knows he can get on the 6. You start trying to move balls there, you're going to cause yourself problems. And that's finished again awkward because he can't get the cue stick to the bottom half of the cue ball. I'm forgetting, Larry only needed a 6 ball. I was thinking it was the 8 was needing. Well, that makes it simple. My memory's so bad for these money ball handicaps, it's unbelievable. 2 minutes I can say Larry's got the 6 ball handicap, 6 ball money ball, and then 2 minutes later it's gone out my head. But again, what matters is Larry's on the board. He's off and running, and he's at the table, in control here if he gets this 3 ball into the middle. He's going to have to punch it in, get that cue ball out. So he's got to be accurate unless he's playing it long. And he's decided to play it long and he's overhit it. Now it might have been better if he'd taken that into the middle, because he certainly would have been more assured of getting on the 4 ball that way. It was a tougher shot. I don't think the 4 goes past the 6. No, it doesn't. So you should be looking for some sort of cover here. Maybe drop the cue ball behind the 5. Well, he's tried a combo. And again, maybe he's stuck for ideas on what to do there, and he went for the combo, and he's actually fortunate that he's not left this 4 ball on. That's 7 balls finished blocking the bottom corner pocket. And now Dizzle's the one with the problem. What does he do? Is he going to try the billiard onto the 7? No, he's decided to bank it, and he's finished nice on the 5. And Larry's, it seemed an almost desperate attempt to play the 6 ball as a combo, because he knew he only needed the 6 ball, but to play it at that stage when he had the chance of a good hook shot, well, he's maybe going to pay the price. Well, that's again finished slightly awkward because it's cutting into a blind pocket, and these are very easy to misjudge. But that's going in clean as a whistle. Never touched the sides. And Dizzle finishes off the rack and goes into a 3 racks to 1 lead. Well, the 5 balls disappeared, the 8 balls gone into the bottom left. I missed the other ball that went in there in the top right, but 2 of them were one of them was the 7 ball, which has been respotted. Well, Dizzle's looking strong. Just drop in behind the 9 if he wants here. or run through or go round, whatever he wants to do. He should be easy enough to get on the 9. And he's just going to draw off the 7. And so now Dizzle leads by 4 racks to 1. And balls are flying in all over the place now. At least 2. And the 5 ball and the 7 ball have gone. And a shot in the 1. Well, that's gone wrong. Misjudged that. It went too close to the corner pocket and it's went round the jaws and went safe. Well, I think Dizzle might have wanted to play that again because he wanted to avoid hitting that 4. But even so, I don't think the 2 ball had enough pace in it to get anywhere near this bottom rail. And Larry should be able to cut that in. And again though, he's finished dead straight in the 3, so he can only go backwards here. I don't think he can force an angle out of that to go around the corner. Well, he's played that well. That's probably the best he could expect there. He's got the shot in the 4 and really just needs to roll through to leave that 6 into the top left as we look. Oh dear, Larry. Why didn't you do that? Well, is he going to get lucky? No, he isn't. Yes, he is. And he's left himself in the 6 in the middle. Well, Larry's shot, he saw that shot different than I did and he missed it so badly it ended up good. But again, it doesn't matter how you get them in, it's what matters on the scoreboard. And Larry's back to 4 racks to 2 down. Now where's the 1 ball going? I thought that was going to go in for him. But it's came up dry and Dizzle, now he's going to try a little massé shot here rather than a big jump, because that cue ball could easily jump off the table at this distance. Oh, he's managed to control it. We'll call that a soft jump shot, but as you see he's got no real shot in the 2. He could go for a wild cut on it, or he could try and bank it up the table again, but again the problem's avoiding all these balls that are down there. And I think that's going to leave a nice space between the 5 and the 9 for Larry here. And Larry has got to run this table. He doesn't want to go another rack behind. He's got a good opportunity here. Again he's either underhit that or overhit it. I prefer to say he's overhit it, because I think he played for the 3 in the right middle. So now he's in a dilemma as to what to do, and he's going to have to play this with inside English as well, which makes the shot even tougher. And that needs to spin past the 8, and it hasn't. It's checked up. And now again Larry's got nothing in the 4 other than a jump. Well, he's tried his best there, and that's probably worked out as best as he would want it. He's missed it, but he's left it safe. And that's not bad. Dizzle not taking any risks. keeping it tight and leaving the problems for Larry. So again, Larry's just got a kick, but there's a strong chance that this 4-ball could go in. He needs to hit it more or less full in the face, and he's gone thin. How's his luck? Not too good, I don't think. I think Dizzle can just play a soft little draw shot in this 4 and cut it along the rail and still hold for the 5. Yeah. Well, we've got plans to run 2 VP4 US Opens side by side. One is a handicap, one is a non-handicap. And no doubt Dizzle will be playing in the non-handicap one, of course. And it has to be said, he's looking the strongest player out there at the moment, from what we've seen. And most of the times he's got the best control of the cue ball, because that's what the game's all about. That's how you play well. And he's now in a 5 racks to 2 lead. And don't forget, Larry's getting the 6-ball as his extra money ball, and Larry's not getting really much of a sniff. He's only getting bits and pieces in this match so far. And Dizzle goes for the kick. And unfortunately, he's just clipped to 6. But again, things aren't just working out perfect here, because that 4-ball is in an ugly place just next to that middle pocket. It just makes it all the more awkward for Larry here. And he's just got to be careful he doesn't push this in towards that jaw. Just got to run it smooth. But of course that's the least of his problems. The other problem's where the 6-ball is. It's been blocked off by the 8. And he doesn't want to leave a combo on that 6 and 8. Now he's got the angle to come through off the side rail and back across for this 6 into the right hand corner. And he's played that well. That's okay. So Larry has got another lifeline. And now only trails by the 2 racks. 5 racks to 3 down with the break. Well, the 1-ball tried its best to go in there, and it hasn't. And just Larry's luck, the 1-ball sitting up for Dizzle, and he's played something really ambitious there to try and get on the 2, and that's what happens. He's got himself hooked right behind the jaw there, and this might be another chance for Larry, because Dizzle's not only got to hit this, he's just got to get it safe. Well, Dizzle playing the deliberate foul, trying to tie the 6 and the 7-ball up, and he hasn't quite done it. And this match could turn on this rack here, because if Larry gets this rack, he might be on a roll. It might give him that wee bit more confidence, but again he's left it short in this 3, and these are tough. He's got to get this 3 hugging the rail, and it's not gone. And that's what happens. So Larry has throwing away his chance there. He needed to get closer to the rail with the cue ball to make that shot in the 3 a lot easier, and he left it about 6 inches short, and that's an open invitation here for Dizzle. And I think the match has just turned all the way back into Dizzle's hands after that shot, but this is finished again awkward. Not comfortable playing shots like this. So far tonight though, Dizzle hasn't missed anything, and that one's gone in clean. Now here's the problem shot. Does he run all around the angles and come out into the middle of the table for the 7 into the same hole? Or is he going to try and play this dead weight and push the 7 up into the top left? Well, that's what happens. Again, he's trying to manoeuvre it like I said, but is he going to get lucky? No. Or is he? Let's have a look. I think he is. I think that's a hard push for Larry to pot that 6. He's awkward cueing. He could easily be putting English on this ball that he doesn't want. And that's a foul. He's fouled the 7 ball. And that was all down to where he was cueing. That was really an awful shot to be trying to play. And I don't think he could actually make the potting angle anyway. He may well have actually put a bit of spin on the cue ball. But it doesn't matter now. Dizzle just needs to run this 8 in and cue ball around the angles and up the table here to more or less the same position he's in right now if he can, and make it easy for this 9 ball. So we saw one mistake there by Dizzle. I think it's the only ball I've seen him miss all night. And Larry didn't get his chance in the bag. And now he's sitting looking at 6 racks to 3 down, and Dizzle on the break. Well, in goes the 9 on the break. It's going to come back up. And the 9 ball sitting right behind the 2. What else went down? Nothing, just a 9 ball. 3 balls sitting tied up by the 7 ball on the left rail. Now, does that 3 ball pass the 7? Let's have a look. Yes, it does. Plenty of room to get it past. Dizzle managed to cut the 1 in. But again, he's got an awkward safety because once again he's playing the Chinese snooker over the 3 ball. Is he going to get to the rail? Yes, he is. Now, let's see what that looks like from there. Yeah, well, he's got the cover. Larry can only see half of the 2. So he's got to be looking to tuck Dizzle down here by the 7 and the 3 ball with this cue ball. And he's hit it too hard. I think Dizzle can only see half of the 2 from this direction as well. So it's all going to hinge on the 3 ball in this rack. Whoever can get that out has got a good chance of running out. Well, that was a clever wee shot, but I think Larry can see the 2. But again, it's not a high risk shot because Larry's got the problem ball here. Once he gets the 2, what's he going to do with the 3? Oh, we can see the 3 now does not go past that 7. But Dizzle does have an angle here. He's going to have to hit this firm, but the 6 ball looks to be in the way. And now he's probably just going to roll up to the 3. And I don't think Larry's got a lot of patience for this type of play. He'll be looking to try and get the cue ball away from the 3 as far as possible. Now, is Dizzle going to be brave enough to try and make this combo, because it's nowhere near set? He's going to have to make it. And then he's just got to rely on luck as to where the cue ball's going. Well, that was a good shot. Well, Larry gets the kick, but the shot is on for Dizzle. Can pot the 3 into the left middle, send the cue ball off the side rail, the end rail, and out for the 4. And Dizzle's overcut the 3, but he's got away with it. Well, that could be Larry's last mistake in this match. He's left a 3 on with a nice angle for Dizzle just to pop up the table for the 4. Played at nice pace. And now he can, well, he can do whatever he wants to the cue ball here. He can follow through with right hand English. Just punch the cue ball back up to the right here, and perfect on the 5. And a little soft draw on the 5, and leave the right angle on this 6 to drop in behind the 7. Well, he's decided to draw it across the table. He didn't really need to, I don't think. Well, maybe he did, because I wasn't behind the shot, but again, a soft roll in the 6 if he wants. A straight 8. A straight 7, and then a straight 8 down the rail, and then a roll in the 9. This all looks plain sailing from here. Well, Larry is going to have to fight the rest of his tournament from the one lost side, and Dizzle, he just keeps marching on. He's looking very strong, and you'd put him as odds-on favourite to win this week, but stranger things happen. Now that could have gone badly wrong. Let's have a look. Well, wouldn't you know it, he's hooked himself right behind the jaw, and that is a bad mistake. And he did a soft run through, and he's overhit it, and now he's just going to try and massé around this jaw, and he's masséed into the pocket. Well, this match was all over 2 seconds ago, and suddenly Larry's still in it, And that was a bad error of judgment there by Dizzle. And that's the first, well, real major mistake he's made tonight. And Larry's broke off. In goes the 9 ball. Something else went in as well. And the 9 ball gets respotted. And I don't think Larry's got much of a shot in this one, although he's got a fairly straightforward bank shot in the one, so I would expect him to get this 9 out of 10, but again he's got it wrong. And that he didn't look as if he played that with a lot of conviction, because look where he's finished in the 2. And Dizzle plays a soft little draw. And now, can he avoid hitting the 4? Well, no he can't, but he's actually played that perfect because he's actually hit it right towards the middle pocket. Now, does the 5 go past that 6? Well, it does. There's sort of half a pocket there. Does it go past the 9? Well, no it doesn't, so he's going to try and play this 5 into the right middle, and that's probably as good as he could have played it. And he'll use the 9 ball as a stopper this time, just to hold for the 6. And he's played that well. And I think this time Dizzle is looking to put the seal on this match, and he's played that perfect. Nice angle in the 7. A little soft draw shot off the 7 onto the 8. Anywhere either on the bottom rail or just off the bottom rail, but not dead straight. Surely he's not done it again. No, he's got a nice little angle, so you just drop behind the 9, and this match is definitely over now, and Dizzle goes on to the next round, and he wins the match by 7 racks to 4 eventually.